Hey guys, it's Robin and welcome to another episode. In this episode, we're going to have a team focus on Aston Villa. Aston Villa were the surprise package for most people last season. Towards the end of the season, their form completely dropped off and they ended in 11th place. But for most of the season, they were really good, and they were most people's pick for most improved and most surprising team. Because the season before last, they basically got relegated. And heading into the end of the season, they were still in contention for a European place. So Aston Villa have real quality, but are they going to be the same as last season, or are they going to drop back into a relegation fight? The key guy for Aston Villa is none other than Jack Grealish. Instrumental last season, 6 goals, 12 assists. He is the main man at Aston Villa. Yes, they just brought in Bendua to try and help and fill in for him if Grealish does possibly leave. But my question and my thing is, if Grealish leaves, I don't see much positive signs for Aston Villa. I feel like the whole team and the whole club will have a slump and they'll be so demoralized by losing their star man that I feel like they will struggle to replicate the form of last season. But all in all, everyone is still quite high on Aston Villa. So let's have a look at the defense and goalkeeper situation. The goalkeeper that surprised everybody with his breakthrough, Emi Martinez. Out of nowhere broke through at Arsenal, secured his move to Aston Villa and shone. And then now in the summer, shone for Argentina, winning the Copa America. So as a goalkeeper, he is really top quality. Will keep a lot of clean sheets and will make a lot of saves for the bonus points. So he's a real option. But I personally don't like having a star goalkeeper in my FPL. Maybe it's a mistake of mine, but I'd rather drop down to a 4.5 or a 5 million goalkeeper and use the spare money elsewhere. Going through the defense, Tyrone Mings and Matt Targett were their main defenders of last season that really stood out and did really well. They just brought Ashley Young, so I don't know if that's going to be competition for Matt Targett or if he's going to play right back and be competition for cash. So that gives some rotation dilemma. So if you want to have someone from Aston Villa, probably Mings is the most nailed down, but then again he's a centre back that doesn't really always offer much going forward. 2 goals last season was really good. But the season before that, you can very easily slump into a 90 point per season player. So therefore, I'm not going to be sold on any defender for Aston Villa as of yet. Especially because Young is back at Aston Villa and he's most likely a left back or a right back at the moment. Is he going to replace Targett? Is he going to replace Cash? Is he going to be on the bench? There's too much questions and therefore I'm not really sold on it. But if you look to the left here, fantasy football, if you can have a 5 million guy and you are banking on Tyrone Mings, or you're banking on Matt Targett and you've got a feeling that Young's going to play right back or that Young's just going to be on the bench rotation, they have excellent fixtures. If you take away game week 4 and 6 where you could possibly rotate with someone else, they have the best defensive run-in for the first 9 games. And I work on 9 games because that's when most people have played their wild card by then. So try and plan for 9 games, and after about 9th game, then you'll probably play a wild card around 9 or 10. That's when you aim to play your wild card. So for the early season, Aston Villa, minus those 2 game weeks, have the best defensive record. So look at Targett, but for me personally, Ashley Young is a big question mark. Who's he going to replace? Is he going to play? So if you want to go for an Aston Villa guy, go for Tyrone Mings. Moving into midfield, I feel like they have quite an array of options. Bertrand Traoré, who I'm expecting a lot more from. Orgazi, which is an option, but I'm not really banking on. He had a few good games last season, but not consistent enough. Bendua, the new signing, an assist master, is really up there. And then Jack Grealish. You've got McGinn as an option, but I wouldn't choose him out of them. Jack Grealish, 8.8 million, is in that really mid-range, almost premium midfielder, and he's a really good option. If we look at Bendua, in a season when Norwich did really bad, they started quite well, but they did bad. He still got 7 assists. Yes, he only got 94 points, but 7 assists, and maybe if he plays in a winger and a more attacking and settled team, he can get at the end of some goals too. Where last season for Norwich, he did extremely well, scoring over 10 goals and assisting over 10 goals. So he was a really star player in the Championship last season. Can that form continue into the Premier League? We wait to see. And for him, I'm not sold. I'm more happy to rely on a player like Ollie Watkins, who's Buendia as an asset, but I feel like it's more of an assisting asset, which means Watkins has even better chance of scoring. And that's what I'm going to go straight into. Ollie Watkins, an attacking return for 7.5 million, he's my guy to bank. If we look to the left-hand side of Football Fantasy Hub, if we take those two big games out, yes, generally you don't drop strikers of 7.5 million, but they have the third best attack for those 9 games minus the 2 game weeks. So Ollie Watkins, I feel I'll bank on him to do really, really well. And if we look at the predicted points for strikers under 7.5, Ollie Watkins comes in 3rd place. See, if you're looking over here, the Chelsea game is a really big hit to what they expect his points to be, and otherwise you'd probably be up top. But Ollie Watkins is nailed on, and he's going to be the main man behind Grealish and Buendia assisting him. Jimenez coming back, is he going to fire straight away? He's been out of competitive football for so long. Antonio, injury prone. Wilson, also quite injury prone, but he's also a very good option. But Watkins, I feel like, is a really, really good target. So if you're looking at Aston Villa, who would I select? If I have to name 3 players who I would select, I would probably select Tyrone Mings because he's nailed on. Matt Target is maybe a bit more appealing to people because he's got a possibility of high attacking returns, but Tyrone Mings is nailed on. At 5 million, getting into Aston Villa's defense with a really good start to the season for their defensive prospects is possibly a really, really good player. Moving forward in midfield, I'm going to struggle to be sold on anyone for a guarantee. Jack Grealish is a class player, but is his head at Aston Villa, is the rumours of him moving going to distract his early season form? I don't know, but he's definitely a really top player at Aston Villa. And third, as I just mentioned, the main guy that I'm looking for in Aston Villa is Ollie Watkins. First start to the season, especially the first 3 games, they have really, really good fixtures. Starting the season with Watford away, Newcastle at home, and Brentford at home, Ollie Watkins in those 3 games is bound to score a few goals. Yes, after that it gets a bit more difficult, but have him in for the first 3 games. If he's performing well, keep him in. If he's not performing well, well then I doubt he's going to perform well in those. So I believe he's going to be a real threat this season. Scoring 14 goals and assisting 9. Now they're improving with the likes of Buendia, which can just boost those chances for the 14 goals to even improve this season. So I'm really sold on him. Ollie Watkins is a definite in my starting team for game week 1. But that's Aston Villa. Leave a comment what you think. Who would you pick? Who's your number 1 Aston Villa player? Would you risk going for Target? Are you sold on Ashley Young starting already? Do you think Ashley Young is just there to mentor as his age is getting quite high? Who's your number 1 pick for Aston Villa? But other than that, drop a like if you've liked this video, subscribe so you don't miss the next, hit the bell icon so you get a notification so you never miss a video. And thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.